defending champion opens the serve. Just about faultless opening game there by Sampras. He's not changing the system, same game that he played in Indian Wells. Going to go in behind a good serve, otherwise stay back. 1 low.
Yep, very good opening service game indeed. He likes to make a statement early, Sampras, with his serve. Likes to bang in one very fast one in the first service game. I think Agassi must have won the toss, although I didn't hear the deliberations at the net. Agassi normally, if he wins the toss, elects to receive, and very often, with his wonderful returning into serve, gets an early break. Certainly wasn't anywhere near getting an early break in that game. Sampras will be hoping to elevate that first serve percentage a lot, because it's really not very good, but he does have such a good second serve. It is not as crucial as it is for some players, but 47% is not good enough.
Agassi, until he played Magnus Larsson in the semi-finals, had simply swamped his previous 8 opponents. Didn't drop a set to any of them. He jetted through that tiebreak, third set tiebreak against Larsson, like a man bursting out of a bag, out of a paper bag. His intensity, his desire, seems almost irresistible. Only better tennis could beat him, I think, at the moment.
Elementary error that from Agassi. When you're driven wide and deep on the forehand, you remember to lift the ball further, and he didn't.
Sampras, it seemed to me, wasn't playing that well earlier in the week. He was twice within a point of being 1-4 down in the final set to Medvedev. And he dropped a slovenly set to Bjorkman as well in the semis. when these two play each other, something happens. Their pride, their desire simply elevates the standard of their play, their concentration, their motivation to an entirely different plateau.
He's a man for all seasons, a shot for all situations. A complete tennis player, the bounce smash.
First really damaging blow struck by Sampras. The pass is on the line.
Sampras is very good at this shot. Hoists the ball quite high over the net. Look at the clearance of this. Very safe, loaded with topspin. And a great angle.
It's taken Sampras then just 6 minutes to draw blood. 2-love. Oh, yes.
Well, we've only been going about 5 minutes and we've seen almost every shot in the book so far from Sampras. We haven't seen a lob yet. Nice calm shot here from Agassi. Doesn't overdo it, doesn't hit it too hard.
Do that occasionally. Go in.
Yeah, but he nearly foiled by a very sophisticated type of passing shot by Sampras. That one whizzing by had top and side spin, bent around Agassi.
Just about. Spooky one that, we took off in the umpire chair.
He's very quiet and demure, isn't he, for him, Agassi? Well, that's mighty fast. You might find a few players cry check, even if it get above 130.
Sampras has got a flyer. He leads 3-love. First set, best of 3-set fight. Yeah, there is a bit of reprise out there.
Yes, I thought it might suit the slightly more compact game of Andre Agassi than Sampras, but really when Sampras plays tennis like he has done so far, he's irresistible. I mean, you know, you have to mix up your own game, and as you pointed out earlier, I don't think Agassi can mix it up nearly as much as Sampras can. Basically, Agassi is a backcourt man who goes forward occasionally. That's the difference between the points total. And even if Agassi wins this match, he will not overtake Pete Sampras this week.
Of all the players on the men's tour so far this year, Sampras lies second in the number of aces he served, 231. And he's third in the list of players winning their service games. He's won 90% of his service games, Sampras. Agassi's impressive statistics, as you'd expect. A return of serve. He's the best returner of serve this year again. He's return of serve games won 38%.
Now that was a good shot from Agassi. Up to now his shots have actually lacked penetration. They haven't been deep, they haven't been particularly hard.
Agassi to me looks rather more tense. He's got his engine running at last. He's down on the score sheet. And that reduces the lead over 3 runs.
Yeah, he's on his way, but I wouldn't have thought he was very satisfied with that last game. He looks ill at ease to me. He's not fired up yet. There's nothing to mutter about for him. Sampras, cool as you like, playing beautifully so far.
Excuse me, his timing not quite as sweet as it was at the beginning. Short, Sampras.
Well, these two are so finely balanced, their skills. Lots of number of skills they both have, that if one goes slightly off, as Sampras has at the moment, the other can forge ahead. Great final shot by Sampras over the high bit of the net here. Have to be very careful with that shot. He played it from outside the tram lines. Or outside the inside tram line. They both have a bullet of a cross-court forehand.
Yeah, the return stung there. That was the best return he took. That's the Agassi speciality. And it gives him a look in, a real look in for the first time.
Yeah, two of his best shots. Forces the defensive half volley, and that's just perfect, that pass. Very little time to prepare. Not a big backswing, driving right through the ball, getting right down. Vintage Agassi. Key point for him.
No doubt the balance is tilting back a bit here. It's got to be a good second serve, my word it has. Well, the ball popped up, Bill, didn't it? But I think he tried to make too flashy a shot.
Yeah, he puts a terrific kick on it, Sampras. That's the beauty of his second serve. If you watch the toss of the ball with Sampras' second serve, it's well to Sampras's left. Therefore he comes, bend of the knees, up and over the ball. And that gives topspin and a big kick off the ground. Difficult to handle. That's why Agassi is so good, because he takes it early before it's risen out of sight almost.
Chance, break back. Wayward forehands now. Oh, what a chance! Venomous return again.
An absolute carbon copy of how he got his first break point, wasn't it? A wonderful return of serve to the feet.
It's clearly building into a key game, this one. Certainly the set, possibly the match. String rate. That's his fourth ace.
Seems to break much more, many more strings in America than he does at Wimbledon, where he only broke one, and that was in the final. Wonderful variation of serve. We haven't seen many in the right court of that sliced serve that Sampras is so good. He just takes a bit of the pace off to get that wide angle. And if he doesn't go for that, he goes for the really big serve down the middle, the fast one.
Seemingly it was. And the crowd are not equally divided. What's Rich Coughlin saying?
Well, I think he's saying, I'm not going to overrule.
Beautifully disguised shot. I don't know when I've seen Sampras play a lob at a point like that.
I thought it an astonishing choice of shot, actually. Because Agassi was far from camped on the net. This might do Agassi good, getting fired up like this.
Well, there we are, 4-1. Was a crucial game there. Well, I mean, we've often said that Sampras rarely lobs.
Yeah, he's got a marvellous lob on both wings. I mean, that was topspin backhand lob.
It bamboozled Agassi.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have been expecting it. Not by the position Agassi was in the court. Last thing he would have expected. That's why he hung back, I think, to try and collect the passing shot. Great names have won this in the past, and Sampras aiming in this match to make it 3 in a row.
First serve percentage. Agassi's doing the better though. Sampras is serving the aces for Agassi. A little unlucky serving here. 1-4 down. That's trying a bit too hard.
Well, his choice of shot hasn't always been exemplary. Close to the net, you can't hit that hard and high.
Sampras cannily not giving him a lot to hit at.
No, and giving him nothing either. Sampras walking as soon as he played that lob. Heard no call. I'm off to the chair. Can go a bit faster, but not a lot. Gets most of his aces. He's shorter, 5'11", 2 inches shorter than Sampras. Goes for the big one down the middle.
Four-two. Sampras in the middle. Don't know how you like the gob. Trifling sum of £65 million is apparently being paid to young Mr. Agassi to dress like that over 10 years.
Where's the investment, I wonder? Have you seen any other tennis players dressed like that? Speciality shot for him, the jump smash. That's just a marvellous return of serve. Watch where he plays the ball. About shoulder height. Easier with two hands there to keep control and get that pass, that angle.
He's certainly got more shots than Agassi. Agassi's a plan A man, not a plan B man.
Service variation again, the high kicking serve, but this time to the forehand.
no doubt about it. After coming through the fires in his previous service game, Sampras remains pretty much in control here. Lead now 5-2, first set.
What a beautiful final point that was by Sampras. I was just admiring every shot he played, particularly when he got pulled really wide by Agassi. Sampras played a lovely sort of lazy, slow slice backhand, mainly to keep the ball in the air, make it float, give Sampras himself time to get back and regroup in the middle of the court, which he did, of course, and then finished it off with a perfect forehand. Really is skillful play. You've just got to admire almost every shot.
And as you'd expect, a sellout. If they couldn't sell out for this, they'd not sell out for anything. 14,000 it holds, this new stadium. It's only the second year they've played here. City of Miami. Slight haze. Capricious little breeze that can be unsettling for players who need the very nicest of touch and feel. Agassi's coming out to serve now, 2-5 down. Playing in his fourth final in 5 tournaments this year. Only beaten twice by Sampras, and in Philadelphia by one of the young Swedes, both in the back of the court. Just beaten at the back of the court from Philadelphia.
Must be really frustrating for him because his bread and butter shots are not working consistently off the ground. This is more like it from Agassi off the ground. Nice and deep, the final shot. Not very far away from Sampras, but because of the depth of shot, clear winner.
Which means that Sampras is going to be serving for the first set, 5-3.
Yes, just one break of serve, and bear in mind that Agassi had those breakpoint chances on the Sampras serve, 3 of them, couldn't convert them, so a very tight match. And a very risky shot to try and play. Didn't have a lot of time to play it. Got a bit of cramped as he was playing it.
His coach, Paul Anakin on the right, temporary coach. Girlfriend behind, just losing her in the top of the picture. He fed him the perfect shot there, played the approach right onto his forehand.
Yeah, this is food and drink for Agassi, this. Sees the gap and nobody better at plugging it.
And the circus is going to come to town in a minute. Two he's missed. Two setups for a player of his quality.
Well, that was tough, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure the shot of Agassi, the final shot, is going in. Can he lob? Yeah, that was going in, but for the net call. Oh, gee.
Third chance. Previous service game, or previous got bronze, Sampras was love 30 and then 1, 2, 3 break points down. And he's been love 40 here. Little fellow's a little unlucky, but he's rushing his chances. Sorcery, that was.
I'm not surprised they're giving him a standing ovation. Bethel couldn't have done this better. That was a difficult volley. I'm not just sensationally good. Mind you, you've got to have a little bit of luck. When you play a volley like this, you're at full stretch. You hang your racket out, and you hope.
Set point. Got it.
Well, this shot by Agassi indicates to me that he's feeling pretty confident off the ground. Because it may look like a big space there, but Sampras, unless it was a very good shot, could have intercepted.
Fifth ace brings in his second set point. They need to tuck this set away, I think, Sampras, because I think there's no doubt at all that Agassi's sticking closer to him now than certainly did in the first 3 games when he only salvaged 4 points, Agassi.
didn't have the rhythm in that serve. The toss was not quite right. Indicates a bit of pressure now on Sampras.
Third set point. Yes.
Well, good thing for Agassi here, he comes round the right-hand side of the ball because it's just enough to bring it curving in there. Beautiful shot.
Fourth set point. Gets it on the fourth, wins the first set 6-3, which is better than they played in the final last year because Agassi won the first set then.
Well, a very, very good set, very interesting set. The first three games I had horrible sort of feeling that this really might be an anticlimax and Sampras was just going to steamroller Agassi, but you don't do that to Agassi really. He's so resilient, so tough and so good off the ground that, you know, he takes them beating.
Beautiful sight, I suppose, out there in the boats. They won't be thinking too much of Agassi or Sampras. Florida at its most beautiful today. First serve percent, best for Agassi. Sampras serving by far the more aces, 6. First set Sampras, just checking back on last year's final between the same two players. Sampras beat Agassi this time last year, 5-7, 6-3, 6-3. Agassi was getting nearer and nearer and nearer, and that if Sampras hadn't finally put him away on that fourth set point, then Agassi was on the brink of starting to fire bullets.
You absolutely cannot discount Sampras when he's on the run. I remember one shot just like that in Rome last year. Blinding winner from way outside the tram lines.
What he needs, I think, Agassi at the start of this second set is just to get the feel of 3 or 4 spanking shots. He's not done badly with the first 2 points. I think that will give him a new impetus. He fretted rather too much.
Yes, I think he stayed a bit too cool, you know, a bit too passive at the beginning of the match. He wasn't the Agassi we know and love at all, not firing off epithets at himself mainly. He seemed sort of half asleep and very worried.
He looked very nervous to me, Bill, at the start of the match. A lot more nervous than usual. Anyway, he's made a good start to the second set, a love game. Agassi won that.
Yes, at least he's now done what he failed to do in his in the first set, and that is hold his own first service game. Terribly important for him to have done that.
The way I saw it, not exactly the way you did, I thought he was under too much stress, and I thought he was trying to hit the ball too hard before his timing had really arrived.
Yeah, well, I was afraid it wasn't going to arrive at all. It was really, for him, making so many sort of bad errors off the ground, but you felt for him, and every tennis player knows what that feels like, when you're just not connecting properly. But to his credit, he came right back.
Settled in his mind, as Agassi now. Stuck in there behind the camera with the still photographer Brad Gilbert, holding as ever an enthusiastic soliloquy to anyone who'll listen. Gilbert coaches Agassi. Obviously had a very good influence on him.
Probably discussing the British football results. He seems to know every score of every match. He's not living with the ball like he normally does, getting right down there and eating it. His head's coming up a bit.
Sampras is jerking him around a bit with the serve, don't you? I'm not sure that Agassi really knows where he's going to serve to him.
No, there's great variation going on. that's bad news for Sampras, really. If Agassi starts firing missiles like this. Beautiful deep shot. Gets involved with that, look. The eyes were firmly on the ball. In many ways, he's finding the second serve more difficult because it's certainly kicking higher. He's got such wonderful hand-eye coordination that a fast serve is not really a problem for Agassi. In fact, he feeds off it because it comes back faster.
Time for Sampras to play with great care here, some tight points. Agassi, I think, is on the verge of starting to get confident. Agassi leads second set. Sampras is set up.
Looking very strong, very purposeful, and a different person altogether to the one we saw in the first 20 minutes of this match, where he looked worried, sweaty, ill at ease, not hitting good shots at all, hardly winning any points. But from the middle of that first set onwards, he has looked increasingly good, Agassi. And that's just made Pete Sampras look a little bit less on top of this match. Agree with you, Jerry. I think he better be pretty careful from here on in, Pete Sampras.
Very nearly an hour, it seemed like it. And just rushed along when you see a match of such quality between clearly the two best players in the world, building on a rivalry that threatens to lift the game to very considerable heights. It just appeared to me that if either Agassi or Sampras goes on to win the French Open this year, they'll both be among the 2 or 3 favourites. The one who does it will be the first man since Laver to have won all 4 Grand Slam championships. Not a year, not a Grand Slam. That underlines their all-court ability and the quality of their play. These are going to be great champions, even if they're not already. I think Sampras probably is.
me, it definitely is, but you still have to prove yourself on clay. I think the really great players can ignore the surface and impose themselves. There is that passing shot again, coming up and over the right-hand side of the ball, manipulating it around Agassi.
Personal stringer here. He now has a personal physical trainer travelling with him, Todd Snyder, who was with the smaller squad of physios who were referred by the ATP Tour, but Sampras has taken him aboard his support team now. Second set, Sampras is the set up, set three, set.
Four games played, no deuces so far, love game, and Sampras' 2 games held to 30. Not all that convincing. Further proof that Agassi is improving as the match goes on.
Now 40. getting very firm grip on the match here.
Beautiful point there. Agassi coming in, didn't have an easy volume, didn't play it very well. There's the wrong footed shot.
Death or glory points in a way, I think, for Agassi these. He's tackling them with typical tenacity and daring.
Bearing in mind he's rarely gone forward of his own volition. Very courageous. Plays the safe off forehand there. Uncharacteristic error from Sampras. He used to have a two-handed backhand himself.
Such a buccaneering little chap. Love 40 on his serve, a set down, 2-all. And what's he do? He doesn't hang back, he goes for it. Throws the dice. Excellent few points for Agassi. Sampras won't be so pleased. Agassi 3-2.
Well, I suppose most players, their heart's in their mouth when right in the middle of the second set, they're 3 break points down, but full of courage. Going forward all the time, attacking, never thinking of sitting back and defending. And from love 40, he took 5 points in a row. Depressing for Sampras, that. Might affect him in the next game.
Yes, I think at the end of the match, if Agassi were to win, Sampras would certainly look back ruefully on that moment. 2-all, set up, Agassi love 40.
Well, he certainly showed no mercy there.
Fans as extrovert as he is, I don't think people who support Sampras would do things like that. They're far too understated. The black shoes, I don't think they're original, surely. Zina Garrison and surely Michael Chang were wearing them within the last couple of years.
That's right, they were. I think they look absolutely awful.
I don't like it on the Daily Telegraph either, old boy. It's been very popular for the miners in their particular places like that.
And you can't wear those at Wimbledon either. I mean, he's telling a full change. I liked him in the one white sock and one black sock. Yeah, he used to win with the white sock on the right foot, incidentally.
He couldn't understand it, you know, seriously. The laundry sent them back 2 whites and 2 blacks. Why did they do that, he said, as if it was the normal?
This is a key game, I think, this one for Sampras. And you've had 3 breakpoint chances in a row and lost 5 points in a row. Your morale is touched.
I suspect is having his least sharp sequence in the match. .40 here.
Now then, Agassi saves 3 in a row, and Sampras still the 7.
That's going to set the noisy lot going. They're the people who support Agassi. Because he's 4-2 up now, and the match, the shape of the match, and the prospect, ultimate prospect, I think the focus has shifted quite markedly.
Well, you can say that again, because in points, Sampras has just lost 9 in a row. 9 points to 0. He spotted that Sampras wide on the backhand. That backhand slice is crumpled at the moment from Sampras.
Shots from Agassi that are going just out, are going just in.
Yeah, Sampras thought the rally was over halfway through. So did most people, I think, but it just blew in.
It's all starting to happen. The little fella's fired up, the crowd have got fired up too, and Agassi's 5-2 in the second set. It's quite a transformation, Bill.
Well, it's unbelievable, really, but it was always on the cards. I mean, these two are very finely balanced. If one just starts playing a little bit better and the other is forced then to play a little bit worse, then everything changes. There's only one break of serve, but pretty sure it'll be the set. Unless there's another twist. Agassi certainly earned this lead. He's played really well lately.
smiling at the crowd. Riveting stuff. It was a match. As a tussle, it's getting tighter and tighter. As if we're going to head for a final set. Best of 3 sets. That's surprising, I think, because the Indian Wells, which doesn't rate quite as highly, I think it can matter of prestige. Indian Wells in best of 5 set in the final there. When they met in the Indian Wells final, Agassi's father, I remember, was about to go into hospital for broken heart surgery. He's had that and he's out, he's watching on television.
Well, this is almost unbelievable. It's 14 points in a row now to Agassi.
Bullets from the gun. 3 set points. Number 1 player on the other side of the net, and deep and rather glum introspection. This will 1 set all. Agassi did a mugging job there, brilliantly with typical game. And Sampras been shaken off his rather kingly stride. Anybody's title.
Well, I'm quite sure both players are aware of this quite amazing string of points against the world's #1 player. That's 17 points in a row to lose the set.
Was that Sampras wasn't enjoying the pace of that hitting and the intensity of Agassi's concentration.
Yeah, I'm totally staggered. He chose this shot to play from behind the baseline, about a yard behind the baseline. Agassi's no slouch, he gets to those fairly quickly.
Trying to regain his senses. Sequence, 2 points, all in one by Agassi. They just ripped the heart out of Sampras for a while.
Very simple volley for Agassi coming up here. Not a good attempt at a pass from Sampras. That shot was too short. And that was like feeding peanuts to a monkey. I mean, it was just the right height.
Sampras still hasn't got his mind unscrambled. Agassi's on fire. One rub, final set. Agassi's been playing like a firework. It was sort of spluttering away. Somebody lit the blue taper, but it hadn't quite caught fire. Now it has.
Sure has, and Sampras's fire has just fizzled out. I'm really surprised that he's showing, he's sort of playing in a rather languid way for me, and not really chasing things down in a very eager sort of way, particularly that last backhand he played there. First serve percentage, still less than half going in.
Interesting, after the US Open, if you remember when we lost to Agassi, somebody talked about hitting the wall, which is what the marathon run was talking about. It's interesting that's happened again, and we're only two sets in a bit.
And he's hardly worked himself to death in this year's tennis so far.
It's behind him, the trophies. The awarded afterwards on court, presentation on court. I must say there's a bit of a difference, but this isn't the male chauvinism coming out. This is a bit of difference between quality and the competitiveness of this final and the women's final yesterday. I wonder the women want to try and see if they can't play more mixed tournaments with the men.
Yeah.
Tennis enjoying a feast. Love one final set.
Well, this is how Sampras was serving aces early in the match. Look at this return. Watch the wrist if you can. Just roll quickly over the ball.
Tension that kept bobbing up early on, and I think the responsible for the fact that he was playing without any real assurance in time, and I think that's all boiled over now. You can see it here. And that's why he's playing so well.
Well, you can't seriously expect Richard Tottenham to overrule from that distance. Very wisely, he's not doing so. One of the first two official umpires on the men's tour, he and John Michel of Great Britain were the first two. He's a man of enormous experience.
Still in the mood too compliant.
Yeah, well, he's now having to handle things that are coming at about 20 miles an hour faster than they were at the beginning of the match. He's having less time for his own shots and shot selection. Agassi now hitting very hard.
Final set. Agassi just revels in the hoopla. Sampras doesn't like the hiatus. Sampras likes things quiet. Atmosphere has an influence on both of them.
Of these points from Sampras' point of view are ending in 3 shots. Serve, short return, killing shot from Agassi. Which proves Agassi serving pretty well.
Still going Agassi's way. A real turn of the tide here. 2-1 final set.
Well, there are no signs, at least I can't detect them, that things are going to change. In that Agassi is going to carry on hitting this ball very hard, and Sampras is not enjoying it. If he does carry on like that, and Sampras doesn't impose himself as he was earlier in the first half of the match, the first half of the first set, then it looks to me as though Agassi is going to emerge the winner of this. I think it's Sampras who's going to change the scene. Up to him, up to Agassi. He's going to impose himself and serve better.
This then is the puzzle, it seems to me, is Sampras, defending champion, the world #1, and he's had Agassi's having this heels ever since the US Open last year. Is Sampras going to take some alternative action or just fret away, hoping that the whirlwind's going to blow itself up? Well, we'll find out quite soon. 1-2, third set.
really developing at the moment into what they both do best. And that is Sampras' serve has got to be good, and we know that Agassi's return is good. Played this pass since early in the match. Mind you, Agassi hasn't been up all that much, but here it is again, this high loop return, dipping sharply. Very effective shot. Chance then, hitting beautifully, nice and deep. His brains switched right on too, Agassi. Quick to spot here, it was the wrong footing chance.
Trying to stake himself up to retake the initiative. They already played the penalty there. The first game point 40-30, an indecisive volley.
Yeah, it must be worrying for Sampras, you know, because he's really serving quite well, quite fast, and yet Agassi's returning them with interest.
might do Sampras a bit of good there, because he won a point when Agassi was timing the ball quite magnificently.
Colossal skill by both of them. Agassi had a little bit more of the running to do, and that left the gap for that final shot. That wasn't it, but the final shot across court by Sampras there. Terrific point. Key points around here, really crucial. 2-all, 30-all.
That was quick thinking. He spotted that Sampras had just for a moment lost his footing.
Yes, after the shot there. Slight slide, and then the wrong footing shot. Quick to regain his balance.
He's still got his nose in front in terms of real fire. He's the man.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary turnaround, really. Sampras looking so calm and collected and confident at the beginning of the match. Agassi so worried. Now the exact opposite. Agassi looking really tough and focused, and Sampras worried.
I thought before that sometimes Sampras, I think it's within his personality, does in a way recoil when somebody comes at him either socially or on a match court, comes at him with real aggression.
Yep, yep. You're thinking back, aren't you, to semi-final against Agassi about 3 years ago at Wimbledon, where he seemed to me to be injured, but he wasn't. He was just depressed at the aces flying past him.
Agassi, I'd have thought, the last 15-20 minutes, has played just about as well as he possibly can. Serving beautifully. String of aces, well, only 4 I think, but suddenly timing on his serve returned him. Sampras continues to look worried, as well he might.
Yes, Agassi's serve has been a potent weapon. It's been tough serving, good and varied.
Sampras has decided to try and beat him from the net.
He's got the right volley for every occasion, Sampras. Here is just a push. Very, very simple technique. Not employing any spin, just ultra safe. I'd say his eye is in after that shot. Phenomenal, not easy to hit. A rising, quite soft arriving ball, very difficult to make good contact. Well, great serve, fast, bang, straight past you.
Here comes all. On his own serve, if it's going really well, Sampras ought to be able to continue to win those games. I remember the first time he won the US Open as a 19-year-old. He simply dominated Agassi from the net, but his serve was just never missing. It was unerring.
Getting through an awful lot of rackets in this match. Hope he's got some left for the Davis Cup. They both leave tomorrow on the same aircraft. It's going to give them plenty of time to discuss this match. Elena Mulcahy there shares a lovely house they have in Tampa, Florida, on the golf course. That's with Pete Sampras. Presumably thinking, well, I've got to hit deeper than that. Wonderful example of the slap off forehand here across court.
It's a dangerous ploy that Sampras is trying, just trying to tease Agassi here, serving up some half-post balls that really were inviting Agassi to clobber.
Well, Sampras couldn't hit the cross courts too hard because he was aiming for wider and wider angles, then risked going down to the Agassi forehand, and finally wore Agassi down. That's rare into a one-handed shot. Well, a 3-all and deuce in the final set with the two best players in the world. These are points of some significance. Absolutely deadly then overhead, into the sun as well. This is the first deuce game of this set.
That's marvellous. He's far more decisive now.
That was instinctive brilliance, that smash. Not a bad volley, not wide enough. Great get then by Sampras. Not a bad lob. His eyes never left that ball from the second it was hit.
Contact ball in there. But apparently it was a time violation. 25 seconds between points, and it's being strictly imposed this year on the HP Tour.
Well, here's the running Sampras forehand, which is strictly out of this world. Just an incredible shot.
Thank you.
Looked for a moment as if Agassi was going to boil over. But he's kept control, just about enough at least to take a lead of 4-3, final set.
Well, it's a terrific part of the match, this, I must say, because these two are now really, they're really focused if they weren't before. And I don't think there's been a moment in the match, really, when they haven't been trying their best. But, I mean, Agassi was just, really, by his standards, very poor at the beginning, and Sampras had that awful 19-point deficit. And in that's incredible. Between two players of this standard, for one to get that, that's very nearly 5 games.
I don't think Sampras has ever completely recovered from that. I think he's been dazed ever since. For me, he's too deferential now.
Yes, I think he was, but I have the feeling now that he was really tight in that last game.
Yeah. To explain to you about the code violation. The world governing body, the International Tennis Federation, has reduced to 20 seconds the limit of time players allowed between points, but on the ATP Tour they say they're running their tour their way and they're sticking to 25 seconds between points because the players insisted on it, but the understanding was that that 25-second limit would be rigorously enforced, and I think that was one of those occasions where it was rigorously enforced. Anyway, Agassi 4-3, final set, and he come back for a set down. Now, that's what I was looking to see from Sampras.
Going back to the time violation, I think Agassi was claiming that the crowd behind him were holding him up, and I think that was valid, actually. I mean, you can't stick to 25 seconds if the crowd are making a clamour.
I have a feeling it's decided that it's time to stop being quite so deferential and have a go back at it. Certainly given the ball a pretty meaty wallop on the last couple of points.
Still so finely balanced. Sampras ups the tempo a little bit, and that destroys Agassi just that little bit. Almost a battle of minds now, as well as shots.
Pressed a little bit too much. Got a bit too fast, I think, in the last game. Code violation. Getting for too big a shot too soon. Lost just that sublime feel. 4 games all, final set.
Well, now a drop serve would be crucial at this stage. Whoever served first in the set has won it so far. Sampras the first set, Agassi the second. Agassi served first in this set. That's the one shot that Sampras has not played very well in this match. Not in the latter stages anyway, the wide slice backhand. Well, it was hit so hard. I think it took a deflection off the lady's head, you know. Solid serving again in this game. He's only dropped one service game in the match, Agassi. His first one of the first set.
Agassi 5-4, now it's getting very tight. Certainly for the defending champion. He's going to have to come out and serve 4-5 down. Well, I suppose for the good of this rivalry, we'd say we need Agassi to win, because he lost the last one. Personal scores against each other overall is that Sampras has beaten Agassi 8 times, Agassi's won against Sampras on 6 times. The Australian Open final, Agassi beat Sampras. Final at Indian Wells just a couple of weeks ago, Sampras beat Agassi.
Well, in the context of the whole year, I think you want Sampras to win, because you need Sampras to build up a bit of a lead, because Sampras is almost undoubtedly going to drop a lot of points. It's a very confused arrangement, the winning and dropping of points, but Sampras last year won so much early that he then has to defend those points this year, and if he doesn't do well in those tournaments, he drops the points he won last year, and Agassi automatically, without any effort from him, goes shooting up.
Should say that whatever happens in this match, Sampras is guaranteed now of remaining the #1 ranked player in the world for the 100th overall week, not consecutive week, overall week, in fact 81 consecutive weeks. And at 23 years of age and only 7 months, Sampras is the youngest player to be #1 for 100 weeks. Only Lingle, 270 weeks, Connors 268 weeks, McEnroe 170, and Borg 109 weeks have been #1 longer than Sampras. I've got to serve well now, my word he has.
Well, that must be instructive for beginners watching this match, because here is a ball sitting up high, as close as you like to the net, and it's still dumped in the net.
He could just pushed it down the line.
This is easier said than done. Everything looks easy, doesn't it, when you're watching it? But you've only got to come over it a bit too much.
For a third set tie break.
Well, the crowd have had their money's worth already.
And they've got to get it every time these two step on court against each other. first point. That was the killer there for Agassi. Public park volley it needed, that's all it did. 5 games all, final set.
I've seen John McEnroe in this, those high volleys, that wasn't a volley, but high balls just very close to the net. The master volleyer himself. They are not as easy as they look. You've still got to concentrate. I bet he's wishing he did a lob over the backhand corner, because Agassi was camped on the net.
Serving. Agassi 6-5. Final set. First question now, Bill. Who dares, isn't it?
Yep. And for the second time, we see the advantage of serving first in the final set, because it's sudden death for Sampras. And he's got it all to do now. He's got to win his service game, and to win the match, he's got to then win the tiebreak. So Agassi can now afford to gamble in this game, in the sure knowledge that he's still got another game, the tiebreak game, that is, to try and win the match. So all attention is now on Pete Sampras.
Who's got the still nerves? Who wants it the more? Sampras coming out for the second time, knowing that he has to serve really well against the best return of serve in the modern game, or he's going to lose his victim's title and reverse the result of last year's final. If Sampras won 6-3 in the third, coming from behind. Agassi's come back from behind in this match.
sensible of Agassi to gamble. Whether it's sensible of him to gamble at the net, though, where he's not at his best. He's a good volleyer, but not one of the world's best. Sampras into the sun for these crucial games, this game and the first half of the tiebreak.
Serve as well as that. Biscayne's all. The Lipton's Championship for 1995 is going to be decided in a tiebreak. Wow.
Well, perhaps it was written in the stars. And we have 2 stars to contest it. What a perfect ending to this event. And that makes unhappy reading. Sampras has only won 1 tiebreak this year.
Tennis is having a feast.
Thank you.
It'll be a good year. So that's a tie break. Well, tried to hit too good a shot there. Serve was short. 2-1 Sampras.
If you judge a player by his second serve, which many people do, this fellow is right up there. Wonderful second serve. Now the attention shifts to Agassi for his clutch of points here.
Agassi. Sampras too passive again.
Looks to me as though Sampras was thinking about a backhand topspin lob here, and then elected not to. No, perhaps not. Anyway, easy interception.
But it's Agassi who's making the plays, Agassi who's taking the chances, Agassi being aggressive. He's 4-2 up Agassi. And he could sniff that he might have this.
Well, it was such an aggressive return of serve, wasn't it? It just destroyed Sampras' volley.
Agassi was interviewed on court after his semi-final win, and he said to the crowd, I want you to cheer for Pete, because I want him to get through to the final. I want a bit of him there.
And he promised his father he would have him.
4 in points. Final set tiebreak.
Another great second serve, limiting the damage to the one broken point.
Look at that, look at that. He wants the crowd with him, he's got the crowd with him. You won't see Agassi much more stoked up than this.
You've never seen him do that at the end of a point, really. I mean, he deserves it, mind you. For that final shot, I thought Sampras had him here. But that was so deep that Sampras could just not dig it up.
Agassi, 3 match points. 3 points for the Lipton's title. It'll be the second time he's won it. He won it in 1990. If he gets it, it is. For the second time, it puts him 2-1 up over Sampras. The story of the match is that after a tentative, edgy start, Agassi came out with guns blazing, and he rocked the world #1 back on his heels, and Agassi's after Sampras, good pals though they are. And I think he's going to overtake him before long.
Well, I think he probably is, yeah, but I think it's a fantastic win that for Agassi, because he must have felt so awful after those first few games when he really wasn't playing well. But I think it's double credit to him to come back and play so superbly well. And really taking 19 points in a row off the #1 player in the world, that's unreal.
Tennis is moving into a hot summer, taken there by these two. Racket sales, equipment sales are up again, crowds are up again. And it's all about Agassi and Sampras, in whichever order you think they should be.
absolutely is icing on the cake, and I could never dream of, of ever feeling something quite like this.
Catch it if you can. Now one is specially marked, and if you catch one, come down courtside, you'll get a chance to meet the champion. If it's specially marked, you'll have the opportunity to meet Andre Agassi in just a few moments. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to center court for Lipton's special awards presentation with tournament chairman, Mr. Butch Buchholz.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a great day for this great sport. I'd like to introduce to you and say thanks to some very special people that make this event happen. I especially want to thank the Parks and Recreation Department of Dade County, Dr. Chuck Pezzolt, and all his staff. The place looks great, guys. We really appreciate it. And to all of our 1,200 volunteers, our ball boys, our ball girls, our lines people, we could not put this tennis tournament on without their assistance, and we greatly appreciate it. And to represent them, I'd like to introduce Tracy Heaps and Susie Sorloff. We have a lot of partners in putting on this tennis tournament, and one of the most important partners are the players. And representing the ATP, our very good friend, Mr. Jay Richmond. And ladies and gentlemen, the ATP is doing so much for grassroots tennis. So often we just think of the pro game and professional tennis players, but I want you to know that Pete and Andre and all the guys in the ATP are putting up $1,500,000 for kids tennis all throughout America. We had a lot of changes this year at the tournament, at the site, and the person that was most responsible for making this place more colorful. You know, our mission this year was to go out and reach out to just not just our hardcore tennis fans, but tennis for everybody, our president and CEO, Larry Kashdan. Next person is the person that has to put all this stuff together. And this is the first time that he's been on center court, my son, Trey Buchholz. And the tournament director, my brother, Cliff Buchholz. There are a few more Buchholzes left. Another partner for the ATP, representing the tour sponsor, Mr. Luis Perez from IBM. And our tournament referee, who probably has the biggest and most intense job for those 10 days, Alan Mills, our tournament referee. Representing our presenting sponsor, Rado Swiss Watches, Mr. Roland Strola. And to make the trophy presentation, our good friend, the president of Lipton Sports Inc., Mr. Jerry Boyce. And this year's finalists, Mr. Pete Sampras, please.
Well, once again, I'd like to congratulate Andre. You know, he really fought back really well today, and he deserves to be the 1995 Lipton champion. Also, Jay, Wayne Richmond, and everyone from the ATP for doing a great job all week. I think we all need to put our hands together and thank Butch and Cliff for this event. I mean, this is one of the best events in the year. Also, to my girlfriend who's somewhere in the crowd, I'd like to tell her that thanks for all your support and I love you. And last but not least, all you guys that came out and watched. You know, without you guys, this is not possible. So I look forward to coming back next year and see you in '96. Thanks.
And the other half of that Davis Cup team, our 1995 champion, Andre Agassi.
There it is. I'd first like to not just congratulate Pete for playing the best tennis in the world for X number of, Lord knows how many weeks, but I'd like to thank him for just coming out here and being such an incredible class act and a hard competitor, because win or lose today, because win or lose today, the bottom line is tennis wins no matter what happens. So thank you for that. I'd like to thank all the staff here involved in making this such a great tournament. It's definitely the biggest tournament outside the Grand Slams. And the thing that separates it is you got to get Cyclops, man. This guy's hitting 128-mile-an-hour serves. And I can't even see him. I don't know how anybody else is, but yeah. Last week when Pete kicked my butt in the finals of Lipton, I told my dad, who was going into open heart surgery, that I'd get him next week. So I'm going to dedicate this win to my dad. And I hope to... And definitely be back next year. Thank you all. Bye.